Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the hay farm. In today's video, I'm gonna eat my own words because the field's been cut and is in the process of being hayed. Also, it's a little breezy, so I'm not sure how this is really gonna go as far as sound, so hopefully it's not too bad. But we got a text this morning, or I got a text this morning from the farmer saying he was gonna come over and cut it, and that if the fence was still up for the sheep and everything, that he'd come back, but if not, then he'd cut it all. So Kristen came out and got that down while I was at work, and we're gonna take a walk now and see what this all looks like and what kind of job was done. So everything was cut, and one of my concerns with how hot and dry it's been was the cut height, and they told me it'd be about 5 inches, give or take. And I mean, there are some spots that are 5 inches, but a lot of it is definitely lower than that, so it has me a little concerned. Now, luckily, I guess there is some rain in the forecast this coming weekend, and hopefully those thunderstorms hit, and a little bit of thunderstorms we've had the past 2 nights is enough moisture that, like, we don't burn this stuff up. So I guess we'll see how that is. I'm gonna spin around here because I'm staring right into the sun a hair. There's definitely a lot of it, or a lot more than I thought. I mean, there's definitely, like up on the hill here, staring again into the sun because I can't put the camera staring into the sun. It's definitely up top on the hill here. It's spotty, but I'll flip the camera around and you can see there's definitely like good portions where it was thick, and that makes me happy. So down in this corner, it's pretty thick. You can see Prue found something she wants to chew in it. Which is good. This is where they were primarily, like the sheep and the mini were housed over winter. So while they ate it down this spring pretty good, it really rebounded well. And a lot less weeds than some of the other portions. So I think that's actually a benefit there. And then if we swing around here, you can see down in here, this is where I usually get really thick. And I don't know how much of it is grass and stuff versus like weeds, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely good. You can see over here where I planted this spring, and that, didn't come up great because we haven't had any water. Yeah, like, I mean, this row that was cut, I mean, that's pretty, it's thicker than I thought. I mean, it's a lot of spindly orchard grass, I think, and clover, but, I'll be interested to see how many round bales. They'll do round bales and we won't get to keep any of it, but that's fine as long as it was cut. That's my main worry right now. So the 4.5, 5 acres that we planted was cut, as well as the weeds out past that and also into this corner. I don't know what they use the hay for. I think they'll just feed it all to the cows and let them pick and choose if they like the weeds or not, but I'm not 100% positive. This is one of the areas though where it's definitely not 5 inches cut height, and that I'm worried about, we're gonna really burn everything up. So that'll be fun to see. Maybe I'm worried about nothing and it'll bounce right back, but with how hot and dry it's been, I'm not sure I trust it. I mean, there's definitely more cut than I thought there would have been. At least the way it looks now. I mean, we'll know when we get bales off, but. And don't get me wrong, I'm super appreciative that these guys came out and cut it, and that they'll come back out, rake it and bale it and get it off of the property, because I don't have the equipment to do that, and there was no way I was mowing any of that with the 0 turn like I normally do. I'm also really happy that any of these weeds and stuff that in the part we don't manage got cut, because we're really starting to get like big thorn bushes and other stuff coming up through it. And I don't want that. I don't want it to be harder to work at the point when we do get to it. These guys were also talking about maybe coming back through once this is off and ripping it and chisel plowing it and, really turning the soil over before disking it back in. I think that would be really nice, really help kind of the soil out, and then we can get, hopefully hay or something actually nicely planted into it. I discuss that with them at some point, but yeah, that's the field. It all got cut, and we're getting raked today. It's nice and hot. Nice and sunny. Everything's crispy. I'm still really freaking scared that all this is gonna die because we cut it so short. There is a little bit of typical, you know, summer in Pennsylvania, afternoon thunderstorms the next couple days, so hopefully that does something, perk it up a little bit, let it grow. The bugs out here are awful with them, disturbing everything, but yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'll be interested to see how many bales we get off. Try and get a shot here of them raking too. Just strolling along the field, making piles. It's getting baled, ladies and gentlemen. 2 over there so far. There's 2 up here by the road. I'm really gonna be interested to see how many comes out of this. I wanna measure them because we're not keeping any of it. He's gonna just take it all. But I'm interested to measure it and try and see if I can do a conversion into small square bales like that we would be able to feed to the animals. And then I don't know, the windrows all kind of look about the same. I mean, I think we're a little heavier in the stuff I planted, but I mean, they cut plenty of weed and grass out the end where we haven't touched it too. So I'm thinking it'll be a close enough estimate if I just take like the total acres I think they baled and divide out the portion that's, you know, 4.5, 5 that I think we planted. So I don't know. They had 18 like 4x5 round bales come off our grass and the weeds out past that, and then an additional 6 that were in kind of this cut off corner, but that's really thick wetland grass, so I'm not gonna count that. So in the 8.5, 4.5 that we planted for, that's just weeds, 18 bales at 4x5, I figure that works out to like 40-ish small bales an acre, which, you know, I guess isn't great, but we didn't really have a wet June, so a lot of the undergrass just wasn't there. Like all the orchard grass was tall, headed out and, you know, done, but the stuff underneath, the clover, the alfalfa, the timothy just never really came in without the rain. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and until next time, stay cool.